Good boys. Camera looks decent, I think. Jacob, can you vouch? Good morning, brother. What kind of tea you got? Earl Grey, man. I don't like any tea besides Earl Grey. I'm gonna be honest. It's the only tea that I like. Like, I'll drink other ones, but yo, Earl Grey. Earl Grey is so good. With milk? Just sugar. Just sugar. Comes here, appreciate you, bro. What's good, guys? Welcome, welcome. Market today. I don't think it'll be the most eventful, but honestly, I'm liking the way it looks as of right now. Like, if it was any other day, I'd be really excited. I'm a little bit cautious because it's pre-FOMC, so I'm not sure if it's going to be more choppy. But I do like how price action looks. I think it's quite clear. So we'll just see if we end up having a nice move. And those are the scenarios. We have two scenarios today. Although I am just bearish. Like, I'd much rather take a short. But if we get like a very, very nice setup towards 12 a.m. London highs, I'm going to click the buy button because it's such an obvious. No, I didn't do anything to the mic. I didn't. Maybe it was connected to the wrong microphone yesterday. Bro, I hate how my table always gets dusty. Like, where does all this dust come from, bro? Which contract? It's micro NAVDEC September delivery. Or you can just trade MNQ1. All right. What time is it? 9:20. I grew up in London, so Earl Grey has to be with milk. Oh, valid. My Apex eval data is delayed. What do? You have to sign into Tradeovate and accept the agreement, and then you'll get real data. My desk is the same thing. I dust it off every right. Like, why do I have to dust this every single day, bro? This doesn't make sense. I need like an anti-dust. Is that even a thing? I need an anti-duster or something. You guys want to see something kind of crazy? I'm gonna work on Top Step today. I was in a trade yesterday in Asia, and oh my god, did I get lucky! I got so lucky. I'll just completely admit it. I mean, it was pure luck. It was pure luck. Let me show you guys. I was in a trade, and my target was just $2,000. I just wanted to make $2,000. Guys, look at this trade. I was in a trade, and I just wanted to make 2,000. So buy in this value gap, buy, bought on the order block, buy, right? My stop was here, and my target was $2,000. I wanted to make it as easy as possible to get $2,000. So I went in, built up the 20 cons, and that was $2,000. And literally, one tick. The high here formed one tick above my exit, and then this went all the way down, by the way. So it would have full stopped me out or break even, and I dodged the bullet. So I'm grateful for that. So if we get unlucky today, I can't complain. Can't complain if we get unlucky today. Okay, let's see here. Okay, there's 2 accounts, 3. Okay, can't even trade those accounts. So just gonna be Top Step and 5 account today. That was Asia session. I'm echoing. I don't think that's possible. It must be on your side. Unless anyone else hears it too. Yeah, I think it's on yours, just your side, brother. Bias. I'm leaning bearish. Okay, but the issue is, I'm gonna tell you guys what the issue is. You ready? The issue is, we may not see expansion today. We may just stay sideways. That's the issue. So In my opinion, this is like so obviously bearish. The daily chart is so bearish. Monday set a very nice high. Tuesday opens, hits Friday's low, trades lower. So to me, it's like really obviously bearish on the higher time frame. But that doesn't correlate to lower prices today. We have to see what we get. And I think it's very possible that we sweep this high at 5 a.m. And I don't think we'll take out the Asia high. So I don't want to see price go up too much. The best case scenario is we get a midnight reversal. I may give it 2 tries because of how clear, like this is clear to me this is like a good price action read. So we'll see if we can get that. You have to remember there is FOMC tomorrow. Yep. So saw the real, yeah. Definitely lucky. It's a good trade though. I thought it was gonna go all the way up. I was wrong. We just ran away from NDOG. So it was a good trade. What's your key level to short from? I don't necessarily need a key level, but I would, I only need a key level for my 930 reversal model. So even if we just came up and just swept this, I could short reversal. Let's say we don't sweep that, we just dump. I'll take continuation. So the minimum I need to see for a reversal model is this sweep. The minimum. I'd probably want to see a little bit higher, maybe. Is there any clean gap up there? Nah. What about daily range? What about daily range? That's the daily high. No, isn't this the daily high? Yeah, I remember there was equal highs. Yeah, so I mean that's your daily range. So yeah, we could just go to pre-market and that's fine with me. So we actually have an interesting setup here. Hopefully if we go down, I can actually take a long to 830. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's 830 data highs. No. I don't really use that, guys. I can't lie. I don't really use 830. Why 830? It just kills on open. It's one of the key levels I look for in my reversal. It's a very specific model. If you guys ever see me look for TP at 830, I'm trading a very specific model. It's a specific manipulation model. Waj, I don't care about the likes, but I do like the dedication. I'll tell you what, bro. Come back to the end of the week. Come back at the end of the week and maybe, depending on my performance. The big red box on the S&P, that's the daily suspension block. Isn't there a bearish S&T with ES? Probably somewhere. Yeah, ES is really high up. You don't think it can be bullish at all? It definitely could. I'm just not interested. So when you say bullish, I'm assuming you mean like, depends what you mean by bullish. Like take out these highs? Sure. All the way up, daily reversal? No, I don't expect a daily reversal. I think hive day is set. So if hive day is set, then I can only look for a counter trend manipulation long or a continuation short. And in my opinion, the easiest thing is just wait for the continuation short. We're already kind of selling off, so we may actually get, hold on, we may actually get a really nice long setup right off 930 open. I don't like trading right off 930. It's risky. Maybe we'll take 2 trades today. ES current high day to see. I'm watching the tick. Yeah, NWAG is huge on ES. I guess maybe on the mini, because on micro, oh wait, on micro it's completely different. Actually, this NWAG could be flawed. No, it's right on the micro. Yeah, micro is different. Is the mug custom? The mug is custom. For you take this out. If I'm gonna short off the open, it needs to sweep at least these highs here. These relative equal highs. No, I'm not bullish, but I do think we can potentially go a little bit higher. I just want to know how long does it take for someone who has the knowledge about ICT but couldn't put them all together to success in your bootcamp. It depends on your budget. The expectation would be that you could at least double your money after 10 accounts. At least. Now, ideally, you can get one payout every 5 accounts. But even if it takes you 10 evals to get one payout, that's still profitable. So if you come to bootcamp and you can afford 10 accounts in 1 month, I'm confident at least one of those accounts will get you a payout. And then you would 2x your money. But if you buy 10 accounts, listen closely, guys. If you buy 10 accounts, it's about $900, maybe $1,000 at max. One max payout is 2,000, right? So 10 evals, and if you get one payout on those 10 evals, you double your money. So if that's the level you're at right now, where you go for one payout every 10 accounts, that's the level you're at. It's still profitable. You're still doubling your money, right? Imagine we just go all the way to our final target. That would suck. Ooh, ES has no org. That's actually crazy. I'm not even gonna mark it today. Just so desync. Yeah, 830 is a great objective for longs. I can't take a reversal model here. It'd be a rule break. We'd have to sweep out the lows. So I won't take any reversals here long, but I could take maybe a protraction. So like, let's just say we went up, can't click buy, I can click buy. We wait. You trade ICT 2022? It's similar. Like you'll see me probably some of the trades I take are similar, but why no long? Well, firstly, I'm bearish. Secondly, I'm open to longs, but I have to follow my rules. And the only way I can look for a reversal is if we sweep the sell side. We have to sweep the sell side. That's the only way without breaking rules. I'm gonna be honest, it's just kind of sharp. This kind of swing lower makes me feel like we may want to go higher because I'm neutral, more leaning neutral. No, I wouldn't end the session right away, but if we stayed there long, and if let's say it depends when we get there. If we get there in 15 minutes, we could potentially move back up, right? If we get there at 10:30, 10:45, at that point it's like, yeah, session's over. So if we just swing all the way down, to me, the options are we could pull back into the range. I definitely wouldn't look for shorts, but we could pull back to 9:30, maybe 9:30 high. In my personal opinion, I think we eventually we're gonna break above 9:30, and I can look for a protraction long. We didn't get any manipulation above 8:30 or midnight on NQ, or on I guess yes, above open above midnight. The first protraction that forms, yeah, essentially. I'm just trying to see here how far we went down. So first presentation, suppose we can use it today. It's pretty clear. I think we can all see which one's the first one. I see the monthly gap, but there's more important things. Okay. Now let's say the daily chart started looking bullish, then we can trust the low in the monthly gap. Right now, I think this is the objective. This red line. And unfortunately, not really any models. I could protraction short, but it's too risky. It probably have to be like a 15-second. It's too risky of a trade, but just for references, like technically, I could take a trade like this if I wanted to. That would be my final target. But I don't like that trade. If you were to go back to your learning phase, which ICT course would you learn? I'd learn all of them. Still all of them. But 2022 is still my favorite. 2022, this is what I would do. This is exactly what I would do. First, I'd watch 2016 months 1 to 4. 2016 mentorship months 1 to 4. Take notes. Then I would learn 2022 model. Take notes. Once you finish 2022 model, start paper trading and start backtesting. Okay. Then, while I'm doing that, I would watch 2023. 2023 will give you very good understanding of what markets do. So I'm just taking a break till August, the next Q. In August, we'll start up Twitter again. I've seen all the lectures. I can post my notes later. That's a very nice protraction model. If there was better risk to reward, or if this was any much of a better trade, this could flush all the way down to the May low, which is our weekly target. Yeah, there hasn't been any really obvious 930 sweeps, but that happens sometimes. Do I use SMT? Sometimes, yeah. Are you up on this month? On my live account? I'm not sure, but on Fundage, I mean, yeah, big time. The bank account's up big time, but my live account, I don't know. I haven't checked my journal. I think if we're not up, we're like definitely just break even. That's your OB retest. If I use SMT, yeah, I'll use SMT. That May low. That May low is right here. I mean, it depends on what qualifies manipulation for you. Right. For me, this isn't enough. For me, this is not enough to click sell here. Could have clicked sell here if I wanted to, but I'd rather save my risk for another trade. I'm on MNQ. You mean NQ? Yeah, NQ, MNQ, NQ did. Not with beta adjust, but anyways, this is the chart I'm using. Lowest hanging fruit objective, I guess you could say it took. When you were first building, what gave you the most trust into your system? My back testing. It was the results I got in back test. Almost entered long on yes. Dodged the bullet, my friend. I'm open to a reversal. This is a pretty nice swing lower early in the session. Why would that be bad? I mean, depends on your confirmation criteria, I guess, but to me, it's just so obviously likely to go down here. Like, if, for example, the framework is, if I just went to the 2-minute chart, you probably wouldn't click buy. 3-minute chart, same thing. So I'm not thinking all the charts have to align, but there was just one candle that went up. In my opinion, that's not enough to confirm a narrative, especially when it's like already showing signs of weakness. It's not like it was going up and it's like, ooh, one candle, that's all I need. Sometimes one candle is all you need. You know, sometimes one candle is all you need. But I don't think this is the time where one candle can decide, like, oh, yes, we're ready to go higher now. Especially when it's 50-50. Yeah, I would use beta adjust, but I'm just using the September contract, which is the same thing. Cheapest trading view plan gives you real-time data. No. Cheapest trading view plan lets you purchase real-time data. You have to buy the plan, and then you have to buy the data. Total cost is like $30 per month. Potential reversal. Guys, I need a better name for my protraction model because it takes too much. Takes too much space on the chart. Okay, so what I'm looking at right now is if ES can form a breaker. If ES forms a breaker, I'll likely go long. I probably want to see ES take out at least pre-market lows though. So if ES can just go a little bit lower, this might be a really nice pre-market lows to pre-market highs setup. We're going to target 930. You can see the target. What is a protraction model? It's just one of my models, brother. How do you feel about that trade? You can get 1.6 R from this OB. 1.6 R from the OB? I mean, that's if you waited for a retest. I don't like it. I don't think it's bad, but I'd rather save my money for something else. The main reason I don't like it is because of the range. Like, it's like one or two candles will decide the whole trade outcome. You know what I mean? Like, either I get stopped right away or it hits TP right away. And I don't like those kind of trades. It's actually one of my rules. It's called sufficient. This is my rule, guys. Sufficient implied dealing range. What the hell does that mean? Why am I using such complex words? It basically means the range that's unrealized needs to be big. Big enough. Why? Because I can't manage risk. See a trade like this, you can't manage risk on a trade like this. It either hits your SL or hits your TP. There's not enough space. But let's say I go long like here. Okay? Let's say I go long like here. Okay, the market moves, I get the breaker, consolidates maybe. So unless it just goes boom, you know, unless I enter long and just go straight to stop loss, then I can't manage my risk, obviously, right? But let's say I enter long, and most of the time that doesn't happen. So let's say I enter long, you know, and then we get some feedback, you know, the trade moves in my direction a little bit, some consolidation, breaks, you know. I can manage my risk here. I can maybe trail my stop. I can maybe pyramid. There's more potential in that trade. This trade is like a really ultra scalp. And it's not a bad trade. And the draw liquidity is really good. First presentation OB, first presentation protraction, always a good setup. But like I said, there's not that much implied range. So I don't like that. I'd rather have a trade that gives me the opportunity to reduce my risk. Also, the target is like the last target I have, which is not a good thing. Like, ideally, you have targets before your final target. because then I have to be right. I have to be right about this red line. Otherwise, I don't make money. But sometimes you don't have to be right and you can still make money. For example, if I were to click long, let's say I click buy here, I don't have to be right about, target number 3 to make money. I can get target 1 or 2. But on that short, you have to be right. There's no room for error. But regardless, I think it's a very good trade. This is going to dump the whole night. I think it could potentially go higher here. So I'd want to see the breaker. 30-second CISD right there. That would work for me. 15-second. Yeah, I'm going to change 30-second CISD. Would be good enough. You get those targets. What are they called? What, these targets? Those are the targets on my trade. Same targets I have every model. Every reversal has the same targets. Nothing new. This is pretty heavy right now. If we go lower than here, then this can be real. We're really free falling on this daily chart. I wouldn't want us to really go any lower than this. But it's also been bearish, so picking a bottom is never easy. I suppose ES is allowed to take its previous day's lows. Also, if you notice, ES still hasn't taken out really any lows on the higher time frame. Stocks are probably down a shit ton. Holy shit. Ooh, one of my stocks are up. That's what I'd like to see. Anyways, we've completely filled in that daily imbalance at this point. I don't want to mark it out that way. It's too large. I'm just going to mark it out this way. And I'm not even going to mark it out. I'll just mark out the final red line. So we just wait now. Okay, we don't have to do anything. This is easy. This is an easy session, guys. This is an easy session. I don't have to do anything drastic. ES is almost at previous week's low. We'll see if it gets there. I'm a newbie, but you said both liquidity based on the most recent highest point and the lowest point? No. I'm looking at the times that they form. My settlement's off. I'm on micro. But realistically, it's just a monthly gap. So it can go. Yeah, we didn't get a move above 830 today. Is there a reason? I don't know. Dollar's kind of bullish. Respected the weekly. Probably dollar wants to make a higher high. That was dollar index making a higher high was a part of our bias for the weekly plan. As for the Y man, they can make whatever reason they want. Whatever reason they want. Chart settings? Sure, I can show you guys my chart settings. Ready? Listen closely. I'm only going to do this once. Background. D2D, D69. Okay? D2D, D69. Symbol, up close. Or 4B, whatever. Okay? And then the gray that I use for wicks and the other candle is this one. Okay? And then the borders are black. Inverse correlation between those two, yeah. Yeah, that's what it's so many times. I swear. The question is, do I take a protraction short to previous week low on the S&P 500? That's the question right now. I feel like it's one of those trades where, like, as soon as you short, it starts going back up. These are my chart canvas settings if you guys want them. People ask me a lot. Alright, that's been years trying to figure out this. Ooh, they want me to click buy here. Click buy. Pretty clean. Pretty clean setup. See if we get the closure. 950 macro reversal model. It's been a while. It's been a while. ES gave you the CISD. Oh, we're just going? Okay, guys, I'm deleting this now. Hopefully you guys got it. We'll see if this delivers. I'm not utmost convinced yet. Maybe if we got back above here, because we still could take out previous week low on S&P 500. We still could take out previous week low. I'll leave this as a blue line. This would just be a macro protraction model if it formed. Previous week low on S&P 500. Can I frame 1.5R? Let's say my stop was here. That's hard. It's really hard to frame 1.5R. Kind of want to hop in short. So we either have to fade or target. So we can just wait for the next protraction, guys. Whenever it's 50-50 like this, just wait. Protraction to previous week low on ES. I wouldn't take it on NQ. I'd take it on ES. Or you can take it on NQ but target ES. But let's see. Maybe we fail to make the lower low and break above here. I can take that protraction long instead. I don't know if I should fade previous week low on ES. So we just wait for the next model. I'll take the next model that forms. If this candle shoots up higher, closes above here, I'll take a long. If we break down an inverse, the only issue is the trade's like 1R. That's the only issue. So I guess what I would do is maybe short the inversion on ES. And just kind of pray for 1.5, break even at the low. If this is a strong shoot up, I click buy. It's gonna be strong. Like, I want to see it go almost all the way up, honestly. "30-second protraction formed." Do I want to be confident and put a stop here for better risk to reward? Or do I go stop all the way at the bottom? Tesla analysis. I don't like Tesla stock. Too volatile for my liking. They're convincing me to go buy here. I can't lie. Immediate overlap. I don't like that. Previous week low on ES is starting to look like a good target. The issue is it's really hard to trade. I can't even frame. If I could frame 1.5R, like, I'd be a little bit interested. But I can't even frame 1.5R on ES. The risk on ES. Let's say we shorted, stop there. Okay, let's just say worst case scenario, 15-point stop times 50. Maybe squeeze 3 contracts on. Unclear. When it's unclear, just wait. I think it can make another leg lower, guys, if I'm being honest. I'm not fully convinced that this is going to go up. I need to see more. It's not easy. If we've taken previous week low on ES, sure. Did we hit previous day low at least? We didn't even take previous day low. Yeah, so I'm skeptical. ES has relative equal lows right there, and we've already been selling off. Previous day low and previous week low. Inside the 5-minute gap on the S&P. I want to frame a short here. Not seeing anything too high probability. Where is previous week low? 411. I think we're just going to see some big candles any second now. Lower, in my opinion. So I'm going to switch charts, guys. I'll show you what I'm looking at. This is the S&P 500. And we're essentially scanning. It's just not enough range. Like, usually the best I can get is 1R. That's really the best I can get. 1R. We're just going to have to watch. These are the two targets. I'd be interested into a potential long after, but it's not enough range. Maybe if we get SMT and break higher aggressively, possible. This is S&P 500, yeah. The reason I'm not interested in longs is because the S&P 500 has these two targets here. And I think even if we made a higher high, I'd still probably want to short. With the previous day's low right there, it just doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Would this be a crazy trade? This could low-key be a crazy trade right here. That's insane though. That risk is so tight. But if that candle immediately failed, although it looks like it's going up, I would just tape read it with you guys. It would be like, I would basically be using this as an order block. I need an OB marker. Like if this candle closes bearish, you could actually very aggressively hit 1.5R. This candle just starts going down, like you could very aggressively hit 1.5R. I'm not in this trade, by the way, guys. Maybe if we get an SMT, like if it shows me a sign that it doesn't want to take these lows, sure. So if we get like SMT here, which we're about to, and then it shoots up, that's a trigger. Immediately, that's a trigger. It's like showing me that it doesn't want to take these lows right now. But what I expect, just 2 or 3 candles flush down, take everything out. No problem. Super easy. There's the SMT. We have to shoot up strongly. We would have to shoot up very strongly. Because to fade these two levels is not fun. It's not a fun thing to do. Let's see the risk that we'd have. So if let's say we have a 15-point stop, divided by 15, divided by 5. Yeah, we can probably get 3 or 4 micros. I think 4 should be okay to get on ES. I'd probably trade ES today, guys. Also, it's a lot more bullish, so. Getting a nice candle. How we close matters. Also just 10 a.m. news, kinda. Now, if we get a bullish fair value gap, maybe I can buy that. So I want to see confirmation now that this is actually going to go up. So what does confirmation look like? If we can get a bullish fair value gap, that's a good sign. It's a really strong candle. What's the risk on this trade? I'd be open to taking my first attempt long here. Uh, 10 points. So I'm watching this candle. I want to see if it gives me the OB retest or if it forms a breakaway gap or if it overlaps. It's going to give OB retest, most likely. So it gave OB retest. Now I want to see, does it leave a separation here and make a higher high? If so, I'll click buy 3 cons and we'll look for aggressive pyramids. Because my entry would be 15, my thought would be 15 points. So I'm see, do we leave a fair value gap here or does it just come back down immediately? That's what I'm looking at right now. Gatie, why don't I just click buy right now? Because one candle's not enough. I want to see, do we form gaps? Like, do we see how we went down with gaps? Like, it's clear. Here, this is one candle. Okay, we have a gap. Let's see if we trade into it and go higher or if we leave it open. Again, I'm open to trading it at the high with a 15-point stop. Okay. We'll take it at the high. Of course it fit. Bro, how did I get filled on a price that wasn't even booked? This is why market orders are not good. Okay. So my stop loss here. Now what I'd like to see, ideally, doesn't look like it's going to happen anymore, but is this gap stay open? If this gap stays open, this trade can really, really run. I'd be targeting the equal highs here, probably nothing else. Your 930 highs here, so we can frame the targets just like we would any trade. Target 1, target 2. We have one target 3. I don't know if we'll hold till target 3, but we'll see. Let's remove this gap here. Not the best entry. I swear I got booked on a price and I was buying this candle. Wasn't even filled there. But it's okay. Hopefully this gap stays open. I do want to look for pyramids on this trade, but we have to wait for another protraction model. does seem a bit choppier than I would like. I mean, if this is bullish, really it should be kind of already going up, if I'm being honest. Shouldn't really be wasting any time here. 10 a.m. We're in the macro. We took out the supposed low. Okay, looks like we are going to trade into this gap. Just fine. I think we SMT'd just now. I'm open to 2 trades today. Yeah, I'm not really getting any positive feedback from this trade. After the initial displacement, we just kind of went sideways. I'd assume we can at least go to here. Like, I would expect here before here. But hard to say. And Q has a nice candle coming in right here. See if it closes strongly. Not the most convincing reversal criteria. Could save myself some risk here by putting my stop at the 5-minute low. But I think I have to cover the S&T. But my focus here is not the P&L. It's what the candles are telling me. We did leave this gap open, but we didn't really get speed away from it. So not really trusting it as of now. We get a candle that shoots up. Next candle shoots right back down. Whether it overlaps or not, it should have been flushing. So what I'm trying to get at is we're not really seeing positive. What's it called? We're not really seeing good feedback from this trade right now. It's not really convincing me that it wants to go up all the way here because it should be going a lot quicker. Now it could be a higher resistance move. It's always possible. We are going to be trading into a 15-minute city, so if I was bearish, I'd be looking for a short from here. Something important to keep in mind. Now, let's see how we trade above this high. I don't want to break even here, but part of me also doesn't really want to hold this trade. I want to give it a chance, but because if we close below here, then I'd short, actually. I'd flip my bias in short. I would be, if we got that, I'd actually flip my bias. Yep, I'm going to terminate this one, guys. I'm going to terminate and wait for the next protraction. I think it took way too long to get above this high. I don't like that there's an S&T there. I think it's 250.50. So we're going to close break even. And I think we may want to go to previous week low here. So we're going to go back. I'm neutral again. In fact, if anything, I'm more bearish just off of the S&T. And if we can get a nice entry, yeah, I think this will be a bias flip for me. Well, I mean, really, the bias was always bearish. I just initially faded those lows. I'd be open to this short. It's actually a really good risk, too. Let's see how we close. 250 divided by 12 divided by 5. I could get 4 cons on the short. So see this? If this candle starts to shoot down, I'll click sell. Based on the breakaway. And we could get 1.5R here. It's okay. If it pumps, I don't care really because it was not looking good. I don't want to be in a trade that doesn't look good. I'm really happy I got out. And I could always re-enter long if it gives me more information that it's going up. I can always re-enter. It's never too late to enter. You can always find another entry, right? Like if I really wanted to, let's say the next candle shoots up, breaks above here, I could buy that if I wanted to. I wouldn't, but I could. All right, that's the entry I would like. I'm more interested in this short. I think Nasdaq is a very good chance of making a lower low on the session. It's a very discount short, but we have two really good targets. Break even on the first trade. We'll see if this one can flush through. Stops at the high, 439.5. Target is previous week low on the S&P 500. And we'll see how this trade goes. There's a possibility it can sweep and then go back down. I would try one more time in that scenario. 2 tries is my max here, so that's only because we got break even on the first trade. This could be a really good pyramiding opportunity if we break lower right now. If we just shoot down below here, I think I'd go aggressive with the pyramid and trail. So hopefully we can see that. Don't want to see a higher high on this candle, because then I can't trail and manage risk. Four, 3, 9, 5. 15-minute high is the stop. So I'd really want to see us close below here. If we can close below here, it's really good. It's got to be a strong close if I'm going to trail, though. If it's just like small like this one, if it goes like shoots, I trail, and I can sell 1 or 2 more. Same scenario here. If this candle shoots, trail to 435. And Q looks a lot better, but it's okay. We close strongly. I'm going to be aggressive on this one, guys. And I'm going to trail here and sell 1 more if it closes strongly. It's very aggressive, and if you're not comfortable with an aggressive play, don't do it. I mean, realistically, just trade your own model anyways. So see, I'm getting short 1 more contract, and I'm going to trail to 435. It's aggressive. I want to be aggressive today. That's what I want to do. 435.50. So I shorted 1 more. Oh, okay. Yeah, that was a break even. I hate when it does that because it looks like weird now. Maxed out. Okay. So initial short, second short. I don't know. I gotta calculate my risk here. No, I could go 1 more contract short if I want to, but I'm happy with 5. You're risking $200 on this trade, less than 1% risk. Okay, so NQ has taken out the low here. So hopefully ES just flushes. There's the chance that ES just pulls right back, in which case we're going to be choppy. Right? In which case we're going to be choppy and it's not going to be fun for us. I'm okay risking 1% on that, in my opinion. I think that's good. I'm happy with that. If you're uncomfortable, you could hope for this breakaway gap at 42850. If we get below here, I'll go to the breakaway. So again, NQ has already taken out this objective. Gone, right? I'm going to show you guys the NASDAQ. Gone. The low of day, gone, okay? So I'm essentially hoping here that ES just wants to sync up with NASDAQ and take out all the objectives. But there's risk involved in that. So I'm happy risking less than 1% on that idea. And I'm looking for previous week's low on the S&P 500. That's what I'm looking for here. Pretty strong candle after the sweep on NASDAQ. And so this candle, NQ, hits low of day. So these are just decisions that you have to make. What do you want to do if NQ, takes one of your targets? For me, I want to hold risk. On this trade, I want to hold my risk. But sometimes I'll go break even. Sometimes I'll close the trade early. It depends what you're comfortable with, Like, are you going to be mad that you get stopped out when NQ hits your targets? No, I'm not going to be mad. I don't care. So it all depends what you're comfortable with. We end up trading back into this gap. I probably would not look to pyramid anymore because it's kind of crazy if you do, in my opinion. Like, yeah, the only bad thing here is I have no idea where NQ can go. Nothing. I have no logical target on the NASDAQ whatsoever. I can start framing stuff, gap percentages, blah, blah, blah. But realistically, all the lows are taken on the NASDAQ, and there's no clear target on NQ, in my opinion. So, someone said weekly fair value gap. That is so far. It's 350 points away. You could look on NQ Mini, go to the monthly with beta adjust turned off. So if you go to the monthly with beta adjust turned off, NQ has 27536. 2727536. 27536. And I think that's possible. How many points away? 80 points. If I go NQ Mini, 80 points. So NQ does have one target that you can frame, and it's a beta adjust sync play. I won't even get into that. Only a couple people would understand. On some contracts, NQ hit the monthly low of May, but on other contracts it didn't. So it could want to go. It could go there to those other contracts if it wants to. I don't know. Seeing decent feedback on this trade. OB1 held, OB2 formed. See if it flushes lower here. If it doesn't, man, it's a really choppy market. You have a good feeling about this one? Nah, I've taken better trades, if I'm being honest. Yes, MES. What's crazy is like NQ is already so far down, and it's still the weaker one. It's like ES just refuses to make lower lows. And we would have been better off just shorting NQ at the exact same point. Where did we get our short? The bottom of 1010. The risk reward wasn't as good. Yeah, I know NQ is weaker, but NQ I don't really see a clear target, which is why I wanted to short ES. But I guess I could have shorted NQ. I was kind of expecting ES to want to like sync up, you know, like maybe NQ would stall here and ES would flush. I was wrong. The other happened. ES is stalling, NQ is flushing. Let's go, Brandon. What was the reason you took the trade? Just my protraction model. Swept the short term high. The target's lower. And it's really annoying price action when every candle that goes down just immediately gets overlapped. So this will probably be my last trade. I probably won't take another one after this, whether we win, lose, or break even. Just because, I mean, this is just very daunting. Like, we're obviously in a deep discount. My stop isn't the most safe, you know. There's a chance I get stopped out and it still goes lower. It can go all the way up here and maybe still go lower later in the session. Hopefully it just flushes now, but I mean, the wick on the 15 is really good. Just haven't seen the displacement lower. Could there be any more setups later in the day? Yeah, there will be, but I think it's going to be difficult. Like, see how difficult this setup is? Like, we're right there. I mean, we're genuinely 10 points away from previous week's low, and ES is stalling. That's, like, not really the best condition to be trading in, you know? It really should be, like, this should have been TP already, realistically. We spent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes consolidating when we're 10 points away. It's, like, not really clean. So, even though there's going to be more setups, doesn't mean it's going to be easy. See, like every candle just goes back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. High resistance. So I've accepted the risk, $200. We'll just see what happens. But even if there are more setups, doesn't mean they're worth taking, because it doesn't mean they're just going to give you entry, go straight down. This may be one of those days where like 1050 macro delivers the move. And, you know, maybe I would wait for that. I maybe will be open to one more. Like, say we get stopped here, I'd potentially be open to one more in the 1050 macro, but I don't know how it could form really. I would trail here if we broke below here, by the way. So that would be a little bit nice. Um, I could hop in one more if I wanted to go up to 250 risk. Yeah, it's obviously an aggressive trail, but I think the most important, it's 5-point reduction. It's really good. I would love a 5-point stop. It's 5 times half. We'd be risking 0.5%. So hopefully we just go down here. We don't even have to hit TP. I don't care. As long as I can reduce my risk. Taking reduced losses is an amazing outcome for me. Hopefully this candle makes a lower low. This is brutal, bro. This is honestly brutal. Yeah, we definitely entered in a time where the market is not really wanting to move. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna take another entry, guys. This market just is not moving. It could sweep the highs again and then go. I'll stay here. I'll watch I'll see what happens. Maybe we just got swept and the high stays safe. Also a possibility. It was looking good for a little bit, but we're just consolidating, you know. So the market doesn't want to move. Not much I can do. So at least we lost less than 1%. I shall open my journal. I still believe in the targets, but I don't know how we're going to capture the move. It's really difficult to capture. Meaning, I don't know if it's going to just consolidate for 30 minutes. I don't know if it's going to sweep this high, then go lower. Maybe it just swept me out here. Then it goes lower. Who knows? It's hard to know. If we make a lower low, then yeah, I'd expect us. We just probably got swept out, unfortunately. Does SSL stand for super stop loss? No, it stands for sell side liquidity. What is normally your criteria for taking PM trades? Just PM model. It's got to be the lunch model I use, or it's got to be an ATM or something. Max rank supersonic. Yeah, that's what it is. It's supersonic legend on Rocket League. We are bullish from now on. I wouldn't say bullish. I think this is gonna go sideways, man. In my opinion, what I think is gonna happen, it's gonna go sideways, maybe a little bit higher, and eventually it'll take these objectives, but it's too hard to catch, right? Just because you know where it's going doesn't mean you can catch the trade to go there. Healthcare health insurance too good for ES to drop. It still dropped. I mean, I'm not asking for much. I just wanted 10 points. And if you go from the low here, it's only 5 points. It will go sideways. That's my opinion. Sideways and at some point lower. I mean, I can't be mad, guys. We already moved a lot, so I can't be mad that we're consolidating at 10 a.m. hour. Last time I watched 2022, probably like a year ago. Requesting my first payout tonight, 6 p.m. from Lucid. They quick, right? Bro, should be 2 or 3 minutes, yeah. Sometimes even faster. Gatie, took an L long on ES off a 30-second IPG and SMT. I hate this profession. It's possible it could have bounced higher. So I don't think it's the worst. I don't think you did the worst, brother. Brutal chop? Yeah, but you can't be too mad. Can't be too mad. Nobody here should be surprised or like in complete disbelief that we're chopping right now. NQ has already sold off 400 points off 930 high, and it's FOMC tomorrow. Does it mean don't trade? No, you can still trade, but you can't be surprised if it chops. You've been struggling to get your Lucid payout? Why? How? 200 EMA in Alligator? No, I don't know what that is. I mean, I know what it is, but I've never used it. You listen to ITD motivation sometimes and be going on walks with ITD yelling in my ear? I love it, bro. No glaze. His voice is even just really, really clean. It's not improved. I think you'll get it, Yasin. I hear people are getting their payouts within like 1 to 1.5 weeks. I'm not sure why it's delayed. Usually it was really faster. Started looking into it, and today was my first day using it. I got break even and a win. Nice, bro. Just keep getting information and data, and hopefully it works well. No, I didn't watch TDR Island. We can see if something like this plays out. I wouldn't take this trade. Why was there no volatility? I'd say there was pretty good volatility for the first 30 minutes. And then it died off. I don't even know. I think because I'm in Canada, I think it takes 5 business days. No, it's not because you're in Canada. I think Alpha's just slower right now until they get back to faster. So I want to see my funds from Alpha. Have you? No. But I believe I will. I believe we all will. Because I know people who did. You catch any shorts today? No, I tried. We just got stopped partially. Risk management, though, I'd say. I'm happy we got out that long. If you guys remember that long we were in, that was a good job by us for getting out. Not really any confirmation that market wants to move. To be fair, the short we took was only like a 7 out of 10 trade. 6 out of 10 at best, honestly. It's already like, because it already moved so far, can't really expect too much good price action. First presented fail short. If you had a clear target, yeah, it was pretty good. If that's your model, if you trade first presentation. Ooh, Robinhood has earnings today. That'll be interesting. That'll be interesting. What's the stock market doing? Holy stock market bearish. Yo, Tesla's gonna fall under 300. Why does that low key make me happy? Yeah, yes, yes. All these stocks are so deep in a discount. What's my Amazon looking like? Holy shit, not good. What about Nvidia? Also not good, but still pretty good on the higher time frame. I mean, if you look at the higher time frame, all these stocks still look totally fine. All of them look totally fine except Microsoft. Google looks good. Apple. Yo, by the way, I'm printing on Apple, bro. Why does the stock keep going up while the whole market? You want to know why, guys? Actually, you guys want to know why Apple is going up? Because Apple relies on cash flow. Apple just has really good cash flow. Really good cash flow. Meaning everything can go down. They don't need too much investing because wait, where's all my drawings? The heck? I just lost all my drawings. Oh well. Okay, we'll see. I'm open to waiting here. I think Diva was confusing thing because I still think the draw is lower on ES. I just don't think it's going to be easy to get there. I think NQ can hit 27536. Yeah, this is not looking good. I wanted to take that, but didn't. Why didn't you take it, brother? Did it meet your criteria? Yeah, this market just completely died, by the way. Didn't hop off. We took to yeah, nice. I think that's a good idea. Everyone here can totally feel free to hop off. There's a 30-minute gap. I don't even think I'd want to play that 792. I guess that's where is 792? Oh, here. The equal highs. So maybe 1050 macro will, give you something like this. And you know what? I'd wait for it because that's actually like kind of A plus. I trade FOMC. I trade afternoon session. So guys, tomorrow morning I will not be streaming. Most likely. Like that could actually be A plus. If we get that, I'd be real open to a 1050 macro short. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, all stocks are smacked really. The whole market's down, so can't be mad. It would be bad if the market went up and some select stocks went down. That's not good. Oh. Hard day. I don't think it was too hard. We started the day with 30 minutes sell off, took out a lot of lower objectives. But is there a way to customize the time to an alpha? I'm missing the 4 hour. You're missing the 4 hour. Weird. I feel like there should be a 4 hour. I don't know. Yeah, you should be able to. Or yesterday on planet Earth. What? I lost 500 today and now it's going in my direction. Brother, did you enter a sideways trade? What do you mean it's going in your direction? We've genuinely been going sideways for almost an hour right now. How do you get your payouts from so fast from Lucid? Bro, just click request, immediately approved. Immediately approved. All payouts should be. I mean, assuming you got like KYC and stuff. Be smooth. I don't know. I don't know how. You just request. All Lucid payouts are pretty quick. When does it hit because you're in Canada? Oh, when does it hit the actual work market? That's a different story. That's a different story. A couple days at least. Which payout? Good amount, brother. Good amount. S&T at the 30-minute gap. ES hit its 30-minute gap. NQ hasn't. See if NQ wants to. I honestly, David, I almost rarely get FOMO. Rarely get FOMO. Just not something I struggle with. Air quality is pretty good now. Fifth break-even day in a row, I'm losing my mind. Imagine it was your fifth losing day in a row, though. Wouldn't that be way worse? If you don't mind, what's the strategy for daily payouts with a new daily payout Lucid account? The first step you have to do is get a buffer. Okay, so you have to decide how you want to do that. Do you want to take one trade, go immediately for the buffer? Do you want to slowly build the buffer? You have to decide. It's up to you. There's no right or wrong answer. Depends how you want to get your buffer. Okay, I would say either risk 500 or I risk 250, 500, or like 1,000. Up to you. Until you get the buffer. Once you get the buffer, then you just request. I don't have money in S&P. I have money in stocks. Got my first bet a couple weeks ago. Thoughts? Thoughts? I don't understand. What do you mean thoughts? Congrats, brother. That's my thoughts. I'm proud of you, bro. Won't let you KYC until tonight. You have to request and then KYC. Is it Lucid? Is it Lucid, Khalid? I see a target and maybe we aren't trying the same thing, but I'll come back tomorrow or Thursday. Sure. I don't have Palantir, but I may buy. Well, for me, there was no valid setup for shorts and longs at 50-minute projections, so I'm blessed. Nice, bro. How do investment stocks? Put money into a broker, buy the stock, and then never look at it until you retire. It's intraday unfunded. I think it is bad. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend the daily Lucid for most of you guys. I'm being honest with you. I would just stick to Lucid Flex. It's going to be easier for you to get paid. Why don't you invest into index funds? I believe I can outperform the index funds. 2 break-evens today would both have been stopped in test day. Nice, bro. Good management. Lucid, yeah, you have to get the buffer quick. And who can get the buffer quick? People who can afford many accounts. Are you going to invest in S&P or something long-term or stocks? I just do stocks. I realize I'm very good at determining bots, so I need to work on capturing the move. I don't know if that... Yeah, no, it's not dumb. It's good, something to work on. This could be the setup Guys, this could be the setup. I'm not going to take it because it would be better if there was no SMT. So it would be better if there was no SMT, but this could go lower. This technically is the model. Would I take this? No. Assuming it closes like decently. Well, it already closed nicely here, so we can tape read this trade, and it's because of the SMT. But like I said, I would much rather wait for the 1050 macro, and if we get a sweep on NASDAQ as well. So I'm not taking this, but it could be the move. Hopefully we resweep. Do you use technical analysis on stocks too, or just news and intuition? I don't look at news. I look at the chart, daily chart, and I do research on the stock. I don't buy any like random companies. I just buy the companies that I think will outperform. Or, I also do some like shorter term stock trades too sometimes, but no, there weren't really that many good trades. I do like the short I had at 10:07 personally, and I think it looked really good. I can't lie. Yo, that short we took looked really good on the Nasdaq up until here. Like, we got in short, boom, protraction 1, protraction 2. It was all looking super clean, and then it just wasn't. Okay, looks like we will get the resweep. That's really what I want to see. I want to see it sweep the highs and then break. We're approaching 1050 macro. Why did it sign me out of my broker? 1 second, guys. One sec, guys. I don't know why it just signed me out, and I don't want to leak my password or anything. Okay, we're back. 1050 macro here could be a very nice play. I'd be interested in this. I would try. Yeah, you can just invest in S&P. It's a lot of work to like pick stocks, and I mean, once you pick, you don't have to do much, but it's a lot of work. You have to move. You can just buy the S&P. Nothing wrong with that, brother. At the very least, in my opinion, not financial advice, but I think it's a really good potential idea to just buy the S&P. I think that's something most people should try to do. Out of curiosity, what's 50% of the range here? Let's the equal highs. Okay. We got to sweep those highs and then break. I could also turtle soup. Let's see, what are we looking at here? It's not the best trade. There's no stop that makes sense, really. The S&P is 15% on a yearly basis. First of all, you have to remember it's an average, right? Not every year goes up. It's just on average, it averages out. I don't know the numbers. I don't know the numbers. Red line. You ready? I'm going to say it once. It's the May low on the NASDAQ chart with beta adjust turned off. Every other chart hit that May low except that one NASDAQ chart. So I think it's a possible target. Or just previous week low on ES. It's kind of similar with like previous week low on ES. So like if ES takes previous week's low, NQ may go there. It's 10% over 30 years. There you go. Do good investors do more than 100% a year? Investors or traders? I don't know what investors do. I'd assume more. Or I assume less. Sorry. I'd be really surprised if they, because you have to remember these guys are like really safe. I guess it depends. You know, I don't think anyone, unless you're like the really good day traders, no one's consistently putting in 100% a year. You know, it's just not happening. There's no way there's a hedge fund out there that's like, yeah, we just average 100% per year. Like, what? That would be crazy. But because they go a lot more safe, you know, and they put their money here, they put their money there. They can make like a safe 10, 20, 30% maybe. Appreciate you, David. Appreciate you, man. Okay, we got 6 minutes until the macro. Like I said, I'm open to taking one more attempt at short. Yeah, I'm not surprised, Elliot. If you want a full print account, when would you say I got 2 evals with you? Just go CPI. That's your best chance if you want to save the eval. CPI. You could try FOMC tomorrow, but probably won't go well. But you can try. Confirm to 100%. No, I don't think that's true, bro. I don't know. I don't know about quant firms doing 100%. That's crazy, honestly. So I would expect that the next 2 candles go up. So the next one, and I would assume we take the equal highs. I probably will not short unless we take the equal highs. Unless something a very obvious protraction model forms. I'd want to see the equal highs get swept. It's the macro, and then I click sell. You guys know me, 1050 macro protraction, almost always A plus. Can never be mad if I lose a 1050 macro protraction. Most quant companies I have heard of losing months, bro. They're not. Yeah, guys. People are not as profitable as you think. Trust me. Nobody's as profitable as you think. Yeah, I'm open to taking another trade. I'm looking for it. 1050 macro protraction short. That's what I'm looking for. Dodgy. What? So everyone LARPing. Even the hedge funds, bro. They just want your money, bro. Jane Street did 50% last year. Yeah. But you also have to look at average. Also, it depends what they risk. Right? Like, okay, if I let's just say I risk 10%, bro, 50% is so easy. But if you risk 1%, 50% is not that easy. Isn't that crazy? You know? And you know what annoys me too? People are like, oh yeah, listen, that's not how hedge funds trade. That's not. Man, you guys are barely profitable sometimes. What are you talking about? Tell me to trade like a hedge fund. You know? Don't even make sense. We break here aggressively. I'll click sell right away. If it's not quick and aggressive, I may wait for a protraction. That's another thing, guys. They don't need 100% because if they have $100 billion and they make 10%, that's what, like 100 million or something. So that's another thing you have to keep in mind. They don't really have to make that much. They don't gotta make that much at all. Tradeify? I like Tradeify. Damn, yeah, 10% of 100 bill is $10 billion, yo. It's crazy. What's your opinion on Tradeify? Great firm. I've been getting some payouts with them recently. I just started trading with them, and I have no complaints. No complaints at all, sir. I wonder, are we gonna really go to 930 high here? That'd be kind of crazy. RTH reversal. I'd fade it probably, if I'm being honest. Let's see, I'm not sure if we're going to get the macro setup that we're looking for. I don't want to see really obvious bearish candles. A really strong inversion here, for example. Like 1 or 2 candles just immediately ripping lower. We've already had to move the macro line twice. You guys know the macro rule. You guys know the macro rule. Can you trade single stock futures yet? I think so. Yeah, guys, if you guys use my discount code, I want to give away every month. Every month. Ooh, we hit 930 open on ES. That's crazy. We actually ended up reversing. Wow. Cool. 930 open and 930 high. If we just get one candle that shoots all the way down, I'll click sell. The risk will be 2 cons. But it doesn't look like we will. I'm going to be honest. Don't look like we will. Isn't it AMD on higher time frame? Sure, maybe. This is like the best area for shorts. The thing is, ES took out 930 high. So I wonder if this session actually ends bullish. I don't know. Hard to say. Hard to say. Hard to say. That's on 9. No, I don't. Minus, the fact that I've been trading it for like 2 years. No actual statistics, like no coded statistics. To your analysis, potential continuation lower. Well, there are some key statistics in play here. For example, statistically, this high is more likely to hold than this low. But the issue is ES already failed that statistic. Actually, ES is low as at 947. So that's not true what I said. It's 50-50. But on the NASDAQ, this high is more likely to hold than this low, right? A high in the first 15 minutes is more likely than a low in the first 45. So 1016. So if you wanted to fade making a new high of session, this could actually make sense. Looking for a short. But again, it's kind of tricky because ES took out the high. So, I mean, there's SMT, but it's hard to trust. And another statistic that's in play, like I don't have statistics on the 1050 macro, but I have statistics on the condition, right? And let's just say hypothetically that we close below 930. If we close below 930, yeah, there's a pretty good chance we'll make a lower low before 130. Okay, so that's a statistic that you can use. So if we stay essentially, if we respect this red line for until 130, there's a good chance at some point we'll make a lower low, statistically. So there's a couple things in play here, minus the actual. How do I enter this? Let's see, maybe the 5-minute. This candle closed at 1056. What are the chances it shoots all the way down? We're inside of a bullish revive gap. Seems like it wants to go higher. It really does seem like it wants to go higher, guys, if I'm being honest. I mean, I don't want to wait for the 5-minute inversion. I feel like 3-minute is solid. 3-minute is what, 1057? Or we just wait for a bearish revive gap. I'll short that as well. It's a really good risk to reward here, so if I can get something earlier would be nice. Org 50. I personally fade Org 50. Org 50, you want to see it in the first 30 minutes. It could still go, but it's more rare than the first 30 minutes. I can go in with one contract. Okay, I'm going to wait for this candle to close. If it shows signs that a BPR can form, I'll click sell. It'll be my last trade of the day. I'm waiting for the next candle to open. I'm only going to sell one contract, guys. Maybe I'll pyramid, but I want to take it de-risked. I think it's still kind of risky. So what am I waiting for here? I want to see if this candle immediately goes up or if we get signs of a breakaway. Put a sell stop right here. Looking for signs of a breakaway. My sell stop is at that low, 809. Only one contract to start. I may go more contracts after. Okay, we still have signs of a breakaway. Love how ES looks weaker now. Like this, what we're doing. Now ES wants to be the weaker one. Okay. We're taking a de-risked short. I'm hoping that this can stay open. And I'm hoping we can find a pyramid as well. If we break below here, that's your confirmation that it's going to take sell side. That's what really matters. It's what happens here. Again, it's only de-risked because I want to be able to pyramid. I think it's still a bit risky. I don't know if we're going to take 930 high or this low, but I prefer the shorts, so that's why I'm risking. And like I said, I want to hopefully get my risk up to 250. Right now, I'm risking about $170. I want to try to risk $250. Okay. The stop loss I want to use, I can put my stop loss here. The 5-minute high. 876. Okay. So we'll see if I can somehow enter one more contract short with a nice trail. Okay, and this yellow box here is really important. If we can break below here, I'd probably look for my pyramids there. So if we got something like this, I'd probably look for my pyramid there. So we do end up coming back into this. I didn't want to see that, but it's okay. Again, we are in a 5-minute gap. So if we're bullish, like this is where it would go higher from, right? So if it's going to go up here, this is where you look for longs. I'm favoring the continuation lower, but we'll see how that goes. And we're looking at 603 as an exit. So this could, for example, like if we got an extended price leg here, so if we saw this, I could maybe short one more, put my stop here. The next 5-minute high. Yeah, I don't really like that this short's this late, but guys, 1050 macro protraction, I almost have to take it. The only issue is if we break higher here, that's a protraction long, and you could probably trust 930 high to be taken. So like if you took a trade like this, for example, or something like this, I don't think that's a bad trade at all. I think this could also play out. I'm in the short, but again, I really want to see the breaker. The breaker is like the cherry on top. If this just extends, if this extends aggressively, it's a really good sign. The breaker is the cherry. No pyramids until breaker. Not worried about 1 hour FEG. No, I'm not worried because I have a stop loss, brother. Um, Again, I don't have to be right. I just have to take trades that meet my criteria and manage my risk. So never worry. Paper, no, this is my live account. Kind of feel like you're trading what you want to see, not what the market is doing. Yeah, I'm trading. I'm trading what I think is going to happen. I mean, yeah, obviously, right? If I don't think it's gonna go down, well, why would I click sell? Still new to this, but I'm on TradingView, and do I paper trade? I do paper trading. The market doesn't move. I think you're in replay trading, not paper trading. Why don't you scalp on the 15 and 30-second chart? Why? Because I'm very profitable with the way I trade currently, so I don't need to do anything new. Again, We get a breaker here, which means we break below this level. That'll be like more than superb. Traction, just my model. Target, low of day. What's your model? You can watch on YouTube. I just posted a video about the exact trades I take. What is the exact confluence you entered off of? 1050 macro protraction model. Looking for a new low of day. Why do I expect 1050 to continue? Because statistically, it's more likely to go down here than up here. So statistically, we're not likely to take out this high on the NASDAQ, just based on textbook 930 power 3 probabilities. Okay. Now that doesn't mean we have to go down here. It just means we're not as likely to go up here. But that's the model I trade, you know? So if I know there's a less chance we go all the way up here, doesn't mean impossible, it's possible. But if I know that there's less of a chance that we go up here, and then I see at a key time, we get confirmation that the market could move lower just by displacement, that's worth the risk. That's worth the risk for me. So that's all it is. It's not about being right, guys. It's just about taking a trade that's worth the risk. That's all I'm trying to do. Take a trade that's worth the risk. Back into the gap. So no breaker here. We, essentially it's a bullish order block, and we hit that. Got a lot of sensitivity. Still no pyramids on this trade. Now, if we sweep this high and break lower, I'll pyramid immediately. I really like how S&P 500 looks. What are you trading? What, is that you, bro? This is NASDAQ. Reverse? No. The statistics haven't changed. So if I get stopped, I get stopped. It's not like all of a sudden, it goes up and this high is likely. No, it's high still, less likely. Could it go up? Of course, but that's why my stop loss is there. It's all about accepting the risk, guys. The ES looks really good here, especially if we close bearish on this candle. ES I'm just going to show you guys. When we were trading ES, it was looking way worse. ES looks way better here. I'm going to show you guys the S&P. S&P hit the 930 high, which I don't like this as a reversal for ES, but we have NASDAQ confluence. Break, retrace, OB, break, retrace, and then potential OB. Kind of like our last trade that failed. That was looking good. Asia's doing better than New York. Asia's been, yeah, it's not been bad recently. I'm happy with it. I want to get in short more. I want to add risk to this trade, but I haven't seen anything worth adding risk on yet. Always the same. This is a live account, guys, so I literally could not even do a mini, even if I wanted to. Just don't have the margin. The risk on fund is a lot heavier. One macro is nasty work. Very clueless, brother. You're very clueless, but it's okay. I'm risking 750 on the funded on this trade. What is the margin for a mini? Big. It's like a couple 20,000, 30,000, 40,000. Maybe it's like 40 or 50,000 right now. Depends on the account you use. I'm using interactive brokers, so the margin's not that good. I promise you, you do not have more in payouts than me, brother. I promise you. What country do you live in, David Simpson? I live in Canada, brother. Strong candle there. Yep, we are out. We're down 350 on the live. A little bit of volatility on that candle, but seems like it doesn't want to go lower. So we open up the journal. We call it a day. Margin for one micro on interactive brokers is like I think it's 3 or 4,000 right now. The volatility is pretty high, so they increased the margin rates. It's very possible we got wicked out there, but let's see. We'll watch it for a bit and before we journal. No, I don't think that's a Trump tweet. I like where my stop was at the 5 minute high. How long you been trading, bro? It's been 3.5 years now. You trade 50K on fund. Yeah, I trade 50Ks. Will it go lower after retracing to the 1 hour bearish fair value gap? Possible. Obvious longs here, bro. Yeah, click buy then. Click the buy button. You don't gotta tell me. Can never have the balls to trade. When you make good money, then it doesn't really matter. I don't really care what people think. What a wick. Yeah, I mean we'll see if it goes higher or lower. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think it was a Trump tweet, just some volatility. It can go to the hourly, guys. I mean, you can just keep marking out fair value gaps. What's more important is the time, in my opinion. For me, shorts were only possible from the 50-minute fair value gap. Wasn't this the 15? This is from the 15 and the 30. On yes, but yes is in the 15. Or do you mean like way lower? You guys trying to clown? I'm not trying to clown you. I'm just saying click buy. You don't have to tell me, brother. You were to rally? Oh, the lower? Yeah, fair. I mean, you don't want to see it go this high up into the gap. You're right. I agree. Oh, clutch. Jerry's doing boot camp for me. Shout out, Jerry. Yeah, I wouldn't take anything anymore. I do want to see what this ends up doing though. Don't tell people to buy and sell. LOL. Think I'm gonna get stopped here? Maybe. I think you take more losses than wins. Sometimes my win rate's around. It can go down even to 30%, but still profitable. Um, you know, usually my average is around 50. I'm very happy if I can get 50%. It's very good. We can make a lot of money with 50%. Thought you were done? Yeah, we're done. But I want to see. I have to finish my journal, so I need to see what happens after here. So hopefully Jerry can just take care of boot camp. We'll see. I'll wait a little bit and then I'll hop in. Don't tell people. Yeah. 50% of the weekly range of good TP for longs on ES. I don't use that as a target personally. Like 60% of chat is happy when. I feel like 60% of chat is happy when you lose. Yeah, they're just haters, bro. I don't know. Maybe they're mad that they lost too. Do this full time. Yeah, I've been doing this full time for a while, brother. Boot camp's just a group of people I work with. Yo, Mir, stop ignoring me. I know you can see my chat. It's the first time I've seen your chat, brother. You probably have more payouts this month alone than the majority of the chat combined. I only have 6 payouts this month, so that would be kind of crazy if I had more. Yeah, I went short here. We got stopped on this candle. I'm just flabbergasted on how this 5-minute inversion to the downside is failing. Could just be bullish. It's always a possibility. No trade day. Initial day dump off the market on 1 second percent. Nice. Good. That's good, brother. Shorter than the 5-minute transaction is wild. Can't be too mad about today, given it's pre-FOMC, you know. The risk was managed well. Remember, that was a de-risk trade, guys. We never pyramided, we never added. We lost, just over 0.5% on that trade. So, although we weren't able to execute anything nicely, right? That's why win rate doesn't matter, because we took 2 trades, but we're down less than 2%. Yeah, I've been live since 9:15 is when I start my live stream. Yeah, we'll wait till I probably will call it here. Have you met all the requirements for a payout on Apex? I haven't been trading with Apex. But if you met all the requirements today, you'd want to wait till end of the day. Did you take too long to pass a funded? No, usually it's 1 or 2 days for me, brother. Well, not 1 day. I guess 2 or 3 days. Were you bullish or bearish? I was expecting lower prices. Now it's unclear. I suppose if we stay above this high, it could run 930. If we can sweep, potentially break, could go lower. The first time? Yeah, it took me 1 month. Was it A plus? Close. It was close, honestly. It was pretty close. I really liked it. I really liked that trade. 1050 macro. We have the 930 power 3 in our favor. The only thing about the trade that was bad is this SMT. I don't like it. I would have much rather ES not take out this high. Because now it's a scenario where does NQ want to take the high out as well, or does it want to respect the SMT? So ES, what I'm trying to say is ES doesn't look bearish. ES looks like it wants to go up the rest of the session. So that's the one thing that's not good about the trade. But the actual setup was really good. So, minus the fact that there's SMT here. I wish ES didn't take out this high. Then it would have been A+. Is it safer to trade with a demo account before getting an eval? I mean, yeah, to see where you're at. I don't use NDX and NDXD, bro. I still couldn't pass an account. It's been 2 to 3 months. Maybe my risk reward is too low. Well, you just have to look at your trades and see what's holding you back, brother. See what's holding you back. Okay. We're going to call it here, guys. I appreciate everyone coming through to the live stream today. A lot of haters today, but it's okay. They don't make any money. So it's totally fine. I'll see you guys potentially tomorrow, FOMC, if I'm free. Do I have any tips? You have to review your what's it called? You have to review your losses, brother, and see what's holding you back. I haven't seen your trade, so I can't give you any tips. I don't know how your trading is. Looks like NQ wants to take out these highs. I would assume it does, and it's rare. 1016 is not the rarest reversal. Alternatively, obviously, we just wick back down. I don't think anyone was laughing at you for. I think I was genuinely just telling you to go long. Like you don't have to tell me. Thanks for letting you know. Yeah, good luck, brother. I will see you guys tomorrow potentially, if not tomorrow, Thursday and Friday. Tomorrow's FOMC, so we're skipping the morning session, sleeping in. I will see you guys tomorrow. Till next time. Yeah, sometimes Chad gets married to the bias I have. Sometimes it happens. Um, Take care, team.